Hey guys, so what am I working on now? All right, my customer gave me the approval to down his truck. This is the Silverado with the what I believe is the blown up rear end. Where he said he put it in drive and he could hear like a grinding noise and he threw it in park and it sounded like the park pole was engaging. So I have, sorry about the shadow there. I have his okay. I'm going to pull the cover off the diff. Now the reason too is the VIN breakdown of this truck and the codes, the RPO codes, that's the build codes that are in the glove box on this, indicate this truck is supposed to have 410 gears. I counted what I thought was like a 373, and remember the gear even skipped one. So, yeah. So, was this rear end changed at one point? Did I miscalculate? I don't know. But he gave me the approval, so we're going to pull this rear cover off and we're going to see what's going on. So here we go. I'm going to try not to use too much of my light. I'm going to try to use different light sources. But let me go get something and pull this cover off. Also, these rear differentials have gotten unbelievably expensive. Oh, check that out. I just noticed that. Well, there's probably your reason that your right side brake is hanging up, is because that brake line is crushed. So that's probably the reason for that. It's probably creating restriction and not allowing it to flow, allowing the fluid to flow back fast enough, and probably hanging it up. So, all right, let me get some tools. Let me get a drain pan, and let's pull this cover off. I just realized the early ones like this one had a drain plug on the differential, so I'm going to drain the fluid first before I take the cover off. I'm still going to have to get a pan, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. They don't all have that. So let me set that up. That should be a good vantage point. Let me go get what I need. All right, so I got the drain pan underneath it. Actually, I'm going to use the light for a little bit. Crack this free. Debris in it. Can you see that? Let's see. You can just see my hand. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let me change the angle of the camera here. Hang on. You can see what comes out of it. Hang on. Sorry, work in progress. Sorry. All right, let's see. Taking a drain plug out now. This way, we're watching this together, so let's see what we got. I can already smell the gear oil. Oh, look at all the metal. You see that? See the metal hue in there? Oof. All right. Okay, let me get some rags to wipe this stuff off my hands because, as you see, that's kind of ugh. But yeah, there's a lot of metal in there, and it stinks to high heaven. All right. Okay, I'm going to start taking off all those bolts. I'm not going to walk you through all of them, but when I get to the last one, that's when I'll start showing you what's going on. Actually, I'll move this camera back so you can get a good view, and let's go from there. All right, so I got the one last bolt left, and it's up top. Now, there's a little pry bar to separate this cover. This cover has definitely been off before. Alright. So how's that view for you? Looks pretty good. Now we got coming off. And let's see what we got here. Oh, it's shot spider gears. That's what it is. Huh, I wonder if I could just get spider gears from this thing. Oh, probably not. I guarantee you the carrier is shot. Yep, carrier is shot. Alright, here, let me show you something. So, see the pin there? That's the pin held by the spider gears. Let me turn this on. So what's happening here is there is not supposed to be any room in between there. It's kind of difficult to show you here, but what's happening is the gear, see it? Yeah, everything's just worn inside there. So the positive traction carrier is shot too. So now I have to figure out what gear ratio is this. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can actually either count teeth or look for stamping numbers. Let me see if I can't find a stamping number first. Now that stamping number there, that's on the carrier, that's not the gear. The gear is this piece here. This carrier is part of this. Wow, there is just a lot of slop in this rear end. There's a lot of metal in this rear end too. There we go. What I'm looking for? 11 and 41 means 41 teeth on the ring gear, 11 on the pinion gear that's inside there. Now, the pinion gear is that gear in there. So 41 divided by 11 is a 411 gear. So, all right. Let me rotate this around a little bit more. Get those spider gears where you could see them. Excuse the camera stuff here. Oh yeah. Now look up close. Let me get a close up of this. Hold on. Can I get a good close up? Hang on. I'm trying. There we go. Like I said, I don't rehearse anything, so what you see is what you get. Try not to get that glare. Come on. All right. Check out the two gears in there. Everything is shot inside there. So this is in fact a 411 rear. That's a big problem because the 411 rear is an oddball. It's an optional gear ratio. So, do we disable the four-wheel drive and put a 373 rear in it? Because we can get a 373 rear relatively easy. However, they are still expensive. They're not cheap. Okay, we're gonna have to figure this out. But yeah, so there you see what actually failed on this thing. And it's not good. So, all right, now we got to make the decision exactly what are we going to do here. Because now we know what gear ratio this is. And trying to find one with 411s or 410s, whatever it is, that's, yeah, that's going to not be easy. So I'm wondering, because of all the slop, when I put the marks in there to try to calculate what gear ratio it was, because of all the slop, maybe it had to go the other way. Remember I said there was like a quarter turn of slop? So I was over the 3.7, I was over 3 3/4 of a turn. So had I gone with the slop the other way, maybe it would have, yeah, it would have definitely brought me to the 410 range. So, which I really didn't think this thing was going to have. Maybe that's why this truck always ran so darn good. I mean, it's a, you know, it's a worn out truck, but I tell you what, it runs fantastic. It drives fantastic. It really does. But yeah, so, okay, that's where we're going to leave this one. So now we just got to try to figure out what exactly are we going to do. And I got to call a customer, see exactly what he wants to do. So I don't think the four-wheel drive works. So maybe he won't care if we drop it down to a 373 gear. But yeah, all right. Yeah, decisions. All right, we'll figure it out. All right, well, hopefully you got something out of that. If you did, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, guys, have a great day. Keep wrenching.